Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Moving Markets Podcast. It is Wednesday, August the 13th, 2025. The U.S. stock market has been open for just about 30 minutes, just a little over 30 minutes. And I don't know what to say except for wow. We are in the midst of a very bullish market right now. Dow Jones Industrial Average up over 350 points, NASDAQ up 72, S&P up 25. I'm maybe just a little bit surprised that the NASDAQ is not doing better, but that's primarily because there's just a handful of companies on the NASDAQ that might be struggling a little bit. Coreeave is not a NASDAQ stock, but we're going to talk about Coreeave in a minute. They reported their earnings last night. We have an open trade on them, and it's actually moving well in a direction we are okay with, just maybe not enough today, but it's got all day today, all day tomorrow, all day Friday to trade. I actually think it'll end up getting where it needs to be. The news continues to be, the news that is driving the markets continues to be strong earnings, strong economic data, stable inflation. It would be nice to see inflationary numbers coming down further. But I heard some reports about the inflation numbers from yesterday, the CPI numbers. And one of the things I heard is that the numbers were a little bit high, specifically as it relates to the transportation and travel industry and services industry. And those are things that are not affected by tariffs. So when you look at the rest of that report and you see that the other things in the CPI data that may be the other consumer goods products, so forth, that may be affected by tariffs have had no net negative impact from tariffs. That is putting a lot of pressure on Jerome Powell right now, and no wonder this is the main headline coming in from CNBC is talk about Powell being under even more pressure. This is one of those situations with Jerome Powell where I don't think Trump wanting to get rid of him is the wrong thing. I don't think getting Powell out of there is the wrong thing. I don't know how much I love the way it is being done. There's a little concern on my part of the way it's being done. I don't know threatening a major lawsuit is the right way to go. I don't think it's bad to put pressure on Powell to step down. Powell, I have discovered, is perhaps one of the most arrogant human beings, especially being a non-politician, a non-elected politician, maybe one of the most arrogant human beings in the public eye right now with his refusal to step down. I don't know, a new president comes in on what a lot of people think is a mandate election back in November, says that he wants Powell to step down, and Powell's attitude is, no, I'm not going and you can't make me. I think most other people in that position, if the incoming president said, hey, I want you gone, get out of here, they would do it. They would say, hey, look, I maybe I don't have to by law step down, but I'm not wanted here. I'd rather not deal with it. But instead, Jerome Powell is hanging on and hanging in. And I think it'd be interesting if there was a way to discover who might be whispering in his ear. But that's pure speculation on my part. I have a feeling there are high-ranking Democrats that are telling him, no, stay. You got to help us fight this guy. And it appears that that's what Powell is doing. I think at this point in time, I was a little bit concerned that if the inflation numbers were creeping up, that in the midst of weak job data, maybe the Fed should hold where it's at anyway. Now, with inflation numbers not moving up, we need a rate cut. Simple as that. So I've come to that camp that I think we need a rate cut. So we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. The PPI data, it makes the PPI situation even more interesting tomorrow. With only one exception right now, all of our open trades are doing fantastic. We've got a lot of good stuff going on. Let me talk about Coreeave for a minute. We got into a non-directional trade on Coreeave, and The tricky thing we have going on with Coreeave is that we tried to open the trade on Monday morning, try to get on Tuesday, and then they reported after the bell on Tuesday, but they also had a big run to the upside on Tuesday. So even though they are moving down, um, between today, tomorrow, and Friday, we need them to go down about $5 more than what they're down, because on the put side of a long iron condor, we have the 130, 125 respective long put and short put. And so if they'll move down about $5 more in the next few days, we're absolutely fine. If not, we may be looking at another trade we have to roll out. The only open trade that concerns me right now uh, is on the triple play side of things. It's the DoorDash trade. I'm Dash. I have a feeling that before the day is over, it will move back up, but it's getting hit hard right now today, down 3%, $8 a share to the downside. Um, I think the only thing that concerns me with Dash right now is that you're close to a technical crossover on the MACD. Dash is in this weird pattern right now. They had really good earnings, major move to the upside, split off the next couple of days, had a great day yesterday, looked like everything was wonderful and we were back in business. And now today they're giving it up. But it has been the case during this pattern that they tend to finish the day off of their session lows. And they don't have to be up very high today to finish off of their session lows. So I think we're going to end up being okay on Dash. Again, we've got today, tomorrow, and Friday. We just need DoorDash to finish above 260. I would like to not have to roll this trade out again. But if we do, it's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. If we had to roll out one more week, we actually got a very small credit rolling it out last week to this week's expirations. It could absolutely happen again. I guess my little bit of concern I mentioned is that how close we are to a crossover on the MACD and whether or not the RSI continues down that way. We really just need one more day of upward movement. The 20-day moving average is still on a directional bullish trend. And so I think things are going to be okay with DoorDash. We'll watch it closely and we'll make sure we roll it out or exit it if we need to. Um, Even a slight recovery today, and we might just be able to get out of the trade and do so at close to a break even. Had a couple opportunities yesterday to maybe get out at a break even. Of course, it's easy. Hindsight is always a wonderful thing. You look back and say, oh, I should have done that. But I think we'll be okay on that. Everything else we've got going on right now with our trades is looking fantastic. AMD looking wonderful. We rolled that trade out 1 week, and it's looking fantastic now. We're in great shape on Microsoft now, unless just in the few minutes that I've been talking, it has had some kind of wicked major turn. We're looking good on Microsoft. I am probably going to roll Tesla out. Yeah, Microsoft's back up a little bit today, so we're great on Microsoft. I'm going to roll Tesla out again, probably tomorrow, maybe Friday morning. We'll be in better shape on Tesla, get back some of what we lost on that trade. Overall, looking good. PANW is up again today, and that trade is also looking good. And so we might close PANW, even if it's just with a little bit of profit, prior to the earnings, especially where it's had these 3 days in a row of strong upward movement. And our trade is completely in the money on the call side of it right now. We might go ahead and just take a smaller profit, get out ahead of earnings, and not run the risk that we've got going on with Coreeave right now. So, all right. So all in all, things are looking good. Our spread trades are looking phenomenal. The new trades that we've done on Meta, the trade we got out of Q yesterday. I hope everyone did that. If not, you're even more profitable today. Get out of Q if you're in the Q spread trade. Nvidia was down a little bit today, but the trade overall still fantastic, a huge profit maker. We're probably going to get out of the Nvidia trade before they report earnings at the end of next week. And then we're just overall, everything is looking good. I'm going to wrap it up right there. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, everybody. Possibly a trade adjustment on Dash tomorrow if they don't recover, but otherwise everything I think we have open is looking good. Thanks. Bye-bye.